We have a lot to talk about today, and we have a special guest joining us, and I'll introduce him in just a moment. But I'm going to let the stream marinate for a second. Oh, what a SmackDown that was! That the majority of you didn't even watch. Um, there's some analytics I want to talk about with this one, about how this was the worst show I have ever done. You guys did not care about that show at all. Um, and yeah, so we'll talk about that in just a second. Let's get some people in here. Um, let's see who we got in the chat. Woof. We have a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about. Woof. I'm not happy with this. Hey Blake, you was in the chat for the for SmackDown and you left. You know, when people like my loyal subscribers don't even watch the show and don't even chat, that's when you know it's bad. The loyal ones didn't even chat during the show. That's how bad it was. Tough. Alright. Let me put this in the Discord. Let's see. Yeah, it is time for some. I'm excited for it. We'll see what happens. Okay. So the Raw Booker got to go do something for a second. So put this in my main server. I know. It's crazy. Well, yeah, Hornet. Hopefully it'll be better than this one. We're gonna get started in just a second, guys. I'm waiting on some more people to get in here, and we'll get things started with the Raw Booker once he comes back. But, woof, what a week! What a week! So we'll start talking about SmackDown first, and then we'll talk about NXT, and then we'll just go backwards. For this week, since we have the Raw Booker joining us, so we'll go backwards. So, I gotta say, this week was very, very interesting for Raw and NXT for sure. They had a lot going on for their shows in particular, especially NXT, probably having the best match of the season so far. And Monday Night Raw putting on probably one of my favorite main events I've called since I'm gonna say WrestleMania. That's how good it was. And man, it was two solid shows this week from those two brands. But SmackDown, what happened? So the Raw Booker, I think, is back. Introduce yourself if you're here.
All right, bring the dislikes in now, everybody. Come on, bring the dislikes in now. I'm here. Come on.
you seen the dislikes on the SmackDown show? 16? Was it?
I do know that everybody's favorite person's here, obviously.
I know.
Everybody just loves me so much.
I know.
All right, so we're talking about SmackDown. Before I came back, we were talking about SmackDown.
They can't hear you.
What happened there? Oh, really?
They said you're too low.
Too low. Hold on, let me go back settings.
Oh, you turned down a bit because
What? Why did I? Why
there
did
you go.
I turn down? Whatever.
Can y'all hear him now?
Better.
Better.
Oh, it didn't confirm. There we go. I press X. Apparently.
Uh,
Maybe now better.
I can hear him. I know y'all can hear him.
Because
That Hornet said, "Yeah,
because
you're good."
okay. All right.
Um.
I'm good.
So you've been watching SmackDown since the debut. Um.
Yeah. Yeah. I've watched all the
So
shows since the debut. Actually, watched
mm,
every single show.
right. So you've seen some of it, and what are your thoughts on the show so far?
On SmackDown
Yes.
or just all three shows?
Well, SmackDown. Let's start with that first.
Uh, this week, I mean, I think everybody spoke for themselves with the like and dislike ratio. I mean,
I mean, it had the
not a
worst
whole lot
like
to
and dislike ratio in CTP history.
ever, yeah, ever.
Even my 2K17 videos did better than that.
That is disliked on the level of somebody else that we know. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that is oof,
Oof, I know. I gotta say, SmackDown, it started off a little weird to start this season. I'm not saying that the direction that they were going in, you know, was bad. It's just that there are some illogical things that, or that happened the last 2 weeks. Now, the King Dar and Brock Lesnar feud is probably the best feud on the show, to be honest.
right?
Um,
I mean, I guess if
and
you think about it, like for all three brands, the World Title feuds are probably the best feuds on the show. For all three shows, really. Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. I think so, anyway.
yeah, I think all the three world titles are better. But my main issue is, we talked about this before the stream. What is Ronda Rousey doing? She has no feud.
She's there.
She's there. Hi, I'm Ronda Rousey. I'm the SmackDown Women's Champion. Lacey Evans punched me in the face, and now we're gonna fight. I beat her. What are you doing now? What's
Yes,
next?
the Ronda Rousey, the one and only Ronda Rousey, probably the biggest UFC women's fighter in history, is just there.
She's there. Hi, I'm Ronda. We're on Fox. Yay. I mean, you could have maybe tied in Bianca Belair. She's there. She hasn't done nothing. The former Raw Women's Champion. You got
Wait a
the two women that are on the same brand as each other, that just fought at WrestleMania in Las Vegas. One of them's doing nothing.
Oh yeah, she's not on Raw. Why do you think Bianca Belair's on Raw for a second?
No, she's on SmackDown.
Yeah,
I looked at the roster. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Huh.
I'm confused. So I get where he was going. I get where they were going. Lacey Evans punched Ronda in the face, two of them. But my issue is, they shouldn't have fought this week.
Right.
You should have
that to the pay-per-view.
you should have gotten Lacey in another match this week. Made her the number one contender, and made her look legit. She looked good in that match. Not gonna lie, she did look good. But the issue is, you gave away your pay-per-view match, kinda. Because if they're feuding and you're gonna put them on a random episode of SmackDown, wait, who's that? Is that Gresh? I can't see my teeth. Go grab. They keep saying you're too low.
I am. Well, I have no idea what's going on. I think for some reason, this does not want to save. It just is not saving.
You're allowed.
On the PlayStation, and it does not save.
You're allowed on my end.
See. Audio device, yeah, it's full. It's on full volume.
I can hear him. He's loud in my ears.
I can't really change anything, so I have no idea what's going on. I think it might be from my headset is not the best. I probably need to get a new one. So yeah, I can't do anything about that.
Yeah. That's my only issue with the women, to be honest. If he would have just saved that for another day, Um, and put that at Backlash, it would have been perfectly fine. Because then you could have used these couple weeks to build up Lacey Evans to be a legit threat. You had 5 weeks. Let's see, what else? The tag team. Mustache Mountain and the Street Profits. Okay, I like the way it started. Montez Ford and Tyler Bate. Good stuff. But you never established Mustache Mountain as being #1 contenders for the tag team titles. I assume they are, but they've never been the established #1 contenders.
Yeah, I guess they are. I mean, they're fighting in tag matches and stuff, so I guess they are. Well, 6-man tag matches. So I guess that they are.
I guess. Wait, when? Oh, was that a #1? Oh, I forgot. That was #1. Never mind.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Mustache Mountain did. Okay, that's fine. Okay,
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't catch all of the first week of SmackDown. I didn't catch the entire show.
Yeah, I forgot. I forgot about that. That's my fault. That's my fault. Okay, so that's not bad. The 6-man tag team match was pretty good. My issue with it is, in my honest opinion, I feel Seth Rollins should be feuding with somebody else. You teased something with Seth Rollins with Baron Corbin. I think you should have just explored that avenue.
Yeah, I was wondering that to myself. Like, what happened to Corbin? Like, he beat up Rollins, right?
And then he disappeared. I wish that you would have continued that feud between those two. That made the most sense. Him and Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode technically is a television champion. I think Bobby Roode should be fighting somebody else that's in the lower card of SmackDown as the television champion. He's the 5th champion of the brand. I think he should be feuding with somebody else than a main champion like Seth Rollins. Rollins should be like, okay, Baron Corbin, you cost me a shot at King Dar for the World Heavyweight Championship. I want your head. That's what Seth Rollins should be going after Baron Corbin right now. He shouldn't be wasting his time with Bobby Roode, even though Bobby Roode kicked him in Seth Rollins' the week before, which was great. I'm not gonna lie, it was great. Bobby Roode established himself as a big heel. They had a great match against each other.
Right. You know, if Roode doesn't have anything to do with pay-per-view, then might actually like a triple threat at Backlash. Rollins versus Corbin
versus Roode. Maybe you don't put a title on the line there. But you gotta have reasons for Seth Rollins to go after Baron Corbin, because all Baron Corbin did was just sitting here like, you know, Corbin attacked. He caused Seth Rollins the match, the gauntlet match, and Corbin's like not doing anything, and Seth Rollins like, oh well, I gotta attack the gauntlet match. Time to move on to Bobby Roode. What?
And now the Miz. So it's kind of moves like person to person. Corbin versus Corbin, then Roode, now Miz.
Oh well, I was just done the fatal 4-way. I was just done the fatal 4-way. Fatal 4-way between all 4 of them.
Honestly, that 4-way could have been really good.
Yeah, right.
Rollins, Roode, Corbin, and Miz. It could have been really good.
What should have happened is you should have just had Corbin, Miz, and Rollins triple threat. Miz pinned Rollins in the gauntlet. Corbin cost Rollins the gauntlet match. Perfect storytelling.
And Roode kicked him in the balls.
I wouldn't have never. Well, I would have still done Roode and Rollins, but what I would have did, I would have had something else happen with Bobby Roode. Gave him another feud to do, because you had 5 weeks. I could get something done in 3 weeks to give Roode something.
Honestly, I thought the other way around, like for Raw, right? I thought it was 5 weeks for Vengeance and 4 weeks for Backlash until you told me. So, I mean, I kind of had to work like the triple threat announcement like by like a week, but you couldn't really notice, could you? Like, it wasn't really that noticeable. That kind of a little bit rushed, like just a tad bit rushed.
No,
I don't think that noticeable.
It's not noticeable, because I feel like you played it off with the Roman Reigns thing. Nobody seen that coming. I didn't even see that coming. I'm like, what? Roman Reigns getting a title on free TV? So I'm like, okay, how are you going? I was confused, and I was going to ask you this before I seen the match. I was like, how are you going to do this ending? Because Reigns can't lose clean, and I know good and well you're not going to pin Adam Cole on Raw, of all places, clean. So how you going to do that? So I was kind of confused on that, but you kind of made it make sense, you know.
Right.
But it's things like that, you know, that had me scratching my head with the United States title feud.
Let me know how you feel about this. That's up to you. know how you feel about this.
Okay.
Um,
And then and then probably the highlight of this show was probably Samuel Lewis. He was the highlight. Samuel Lewis. Now, I got to give you guys credit. Piggy has made me a believer in Samuel Lewis again and has given him a great character. I love Samuel Lewis on this show. Um, Samuel Lewis has been great. He's been great. You have played him off perfectly so far. And I'm loving the direction y'all taking him in. Fantastic. Yeah, he had this new persona that I've never seen or I've never done with Samuel Lewis. I always made him a cocky heel. Believe in Lewis. That was his tagline. When I had him as a heel, he was never a dangerous heel. Like you never thought that Samuel Lewis can strike fear into somebody, but he's believable as it, and I'm loving him. I'm loving it. The Samuel Lewis promo was fantastic. Obviously, he's saying that he's not going for the Creators World Heavyweight Championship. It's a mix of that old school Samuel Lewis that we had before the Creators World Heavyweight Championship was a thing, when he was going after the European title and the United States title and all that stuff like that. The Samuel Lewis, before the first KJ feud happened. I like the 6-man tag team match. That was good. The opening was good. Ricochet and Mark Andrews was great. It was a solid opening contest. But I can see where people had a problem with it. That okay, Lacey and Ronda fought each other. Now what? I don't know. Somebody told me this feels like 2018 WWE. I have gotten comments like that. That SmackDown feels like 2018 WWE. And I kind of see where they're coming from with that. Cuz originally when I'm looking at the show, it kind of does feel like 2018 WWE when they were producing TV. At the time, it does. Especially those first 2 weeks. I have been told that in messages. Some people have been messaging me and saying that SmackDown feels like 2018 WWE. I have gotten plenty of messages like that. Yes. Hold on, let me see. I got a picture. Ooh. Ooh.
Do you like it? Look good?
I love it. Looks great. I'm gonna announce that after we finish this up.
Alright. But yeah, anyway, I'm here. I'm just eating. So if I don't talk that much, that's why.
Okay. Well, we got a question here. Somebody asked, why did Roman Reigns get a random title match and it was way too predictable that Reigns was not winning?
Because he beat The Rock at WrestleMania. I'm not gonna have him beat The Rock and then he does nothing. I mean, he beat The Rock, so it makes sense. I think it makes sense to me. If you beat The Rock at WrestleMania, you're gonna get a big shot. I feel like you should get a big shot. Am I wrong?
I mean, you're not wrong. Logically, it kind of makes sense, but I can't. If I were you, I probably
it was kind of predictable though. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it was predictable. But what I probably would have done, I would have just maybe built that up a little bit, and maybe had him ask for the match and get rejected by Triple H, and then you maybe build him up a bit.
Yeah. Well, I didn't really have the idea until after like the first week, and I heard that Daniel Bryan gonna be on NXT. I mean, not the first week, the second week. I mean, so I was like, oh well, okay. You know what? I need to fire back, and that's what I did.
So it was like a fire back match to counteract what NXT was doing, basically.
Pretty much.
Personally, I wouldn't have done that. I would have built Roman Reigns up a bit.
I get it. I get it. Yeah.
Well, then that would have ruined everything he did with Cena. Cena and Sullivan is basically starting because why are they fighting again? I need the premise on that.
Because Lars beat him down on the road to WrestleMania. I mean,
Mm.
there's no real explanation because he's like Lars doesn't care. He's Lars. He doesn't care. Also, he beat Goldberg, so I can't have him go from like Goldberg to somebody like I don't know, Mustafa Ali, like a mid Carter.
No, and yeah, and then you don't want to rush Lars Sullivan and Adam Cole match.
Because it doesn't make any sense, and they're both heels, and it's kind of be harder too. So who's gonna win? You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Probably. And if he and somebody asks, why didn't you do Larson Roman Reigns for at Vengeance?
Roman Reigns because Reigns is more. I would say Reigns is more of a heel than Cena, obviously. Reigns is kind of like a tweener, but Cena's he's more of a face. I feel like.
And
he did beat up Velveteen Dream, but I mean, Velveteen Dream was also kind of like a tweener, anyway.
Yeah, he was kind of a tweener, especially after the Elimination Chamber. Basically, he was a tweener. Yeah, there were some things that didn't make any sense towards the end of season 6, like was Velveteen Dream a babyface or a heel? Some wasn't clear cut. Piggy, let me ask you this about SmackDown. Who was the babyface in the Elias and Miz match? I had no idea who was the babyface. I assumed it was the Miz because I kind of crapped on Elias a little bit on commentary, but I had no idea who was the baby. Was it a heel versus heel match? Because I didn't know really.
Yeah, I mean it couldn't really have been Elias because he wanted to punch everybody in the face in the song, so you can't really be a face.
Yeah, that's what I say. He wants to punch people in the face. Okay. Well, from that premise, it does make sense because both won Seth Rollins at Backlash for the United States Championship, so it does make sense from that standpoint. But I noticed that you're doing 2 heel versus heel matches at Backlash. You got, well, not really. Well, you got Lesnar and Dar. Dar's not a babyface; he's a heel, and Brock Lesnar is a heel. Who wants to? I mean. Especially after.
Well, I do kind of feel like Brock is just Brock, really. Brock Lesnar is like he's there, He's not really a heel or face. He's really just Brock Lesnar.
Well, yeah, he's kind of a tweener.
He'll beat up everybody. He doesn't really care who it is, as long as he's paid.
Technically, King Dar is probably one of the most hated guys on SmackDown. So I mean, some people might cheer for Lesnar to beat him, especially how cocky Dar is. Saying that he's still calling himself the king.
So
that's a good question because I was like, wait, Lesnar has to be babyface because the Batista was the clear cut heel in that match.
Yeah, and I guess Lesnar's kind of like a face because.
And another question, by that logic, why is Brock Lesnar giving a world title shot after he lost at WrestleMania? I am confused on that. Lesnar lost clean at WrestleMania Las Vegas. Batista beat him. And Batista is not even getting a title shot on anything. But Brock Lesnar just comes in and say, "Hey, I'm in the gauntlet. I'm Brock Lesnar. I win." How does that make any sense? To me, Lesnar shouldn't have even been in the world title feud to begin with. NXT didn't just say, "Hey, Batista, no, but Batista's on Raw, right? Y'all have
NXT.
He's on NXT. Well, NXT didn't say, "Batista, you won at WrestleMania," and they didn't even give him anything to do. Batista hasn't been on NXT 1 week so far. But Brock Lesnar, he loses and he's getting a title opportunity. You see, I continue things and I think about that logically. If you lost at WrestleMania Las Vegas, then you need to be built up before you get an opportunity at the title. in my honest opinion. Look at Gargano. He's been built up. So I believe in Gargano that he can win at Vengeance. You know, because he lost at WrestleMania, but he's been built up. Brock Lesnar just had one match. He won it, and he hasn't done anything since. He's just been there. So King Dar, he wins in this great match at NXT TakeOver Las Vegas. He's the world champion, and he has to face a guy that took an L at WrestleMania Las Vegas in the main event of Backlash. You know what? I mean,
yeah, that's make a whole lot of sense. Really, I mean, I could have, instead of Reigns, it could have been like, oh, how about I give, I don't know, Jinder Mahal title shot against Adam Cole? What's Jinder Mahal done? Or Braun Strowman, I guess, for more believable.
Yeah,
Braun Strowman, what's he done? He lost in the ladder match at WrestleMania.
Braun Strowman got embarrassed in the ladder match at WrestleMania Las Vegas, and then 1 month later, he's fighting Adam Cole at Vengeance. How does that make any sense?
That would have made a whole lot of sense. That would have made a whole lot of sense.
It makes no sense. But Batista manhandled Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania Las Vegas, and Lesnar is getting an opportunity at Backlash. I don't understand that. I don't understand it. Just because he's Brock Lesnar, you prove that you're Brock Lesnar when you took an L at WrestleMania. If you're Brock Lesnar, would be Brock Lesnar and beat Batista at WrestleMania Las Vegas.
Actually,
but he lost.
For the Gauntlet, right? Brock hasn't won a match since before the Rumble, when he lost to Adam Cole on the pre-show of the Rumble. So, Brock Lesnar,
and he's getting an opportunity at Backlash. Meanwhile,
my guy Brock lost on the pre-show.
Meanwhile, King Dar hasn't lost a takeover since Takeover. When was it? Brooklyn 2. King Dar has not lost a takeover since Takeover Brooklyn 2. And he has been undefeated on pay-per-view. But Shinsuke Nakamura, he was winning matches, and Nakamura did not get pinned at WrestleMania, so he makes more sense to be there. And then he was fighting for the Intercontinental Championship. Brock Lesnar, all he did was just fight Batista in a grudge match and lost. If Lesnar would have won, then he won the Gauntlet. That would have been more believable. But Lesnar, before the matchup, the Gauntlet match, he didn't win since the Royal Rumble. Adam Cole beat him on the Royal Rumble pre-show. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Cole beat Lesnar on the pre-show of the Royal Rumble, and Brock Lesnar is fighting at Backlash for the World Heavyweight Championship against a red-hot King Dar who hasn't lost a single TakeOver show since TakeOver Brooklyn 2. Over a year. In my honest opinion, King Dar should still be in NXT. I wish he was. Because honestly, I'm afraid, nobody's gonna get behind this King Dar and Brock Lesnar match. Who wants to? Here's my issue. Ever since this was booked, I have been having an issue with this match. Hold on. I was building Adam Cole up. Adam Cole has been built up since the TLC for this opportunity. I've been building him up for a long time. Then he was involved in that. He's been involved in the WWE title storyline since Mega Main Event Reunion. I'm just not interested in Brock Lesnar versus King Dar. I'm not. King Dar was fighting the likes of Kenny freaking Omega, and now he just goes to a loser in Brock Lesnar. Come on, man. Cause I just don't see that. I just don't see that at all. It basically just takes away everything I've done with King Dar. Cause And everything he was in NXT. I still feel like to this day he has unfinished business in NXT, and I feel like SmackDown shouldn't have taken him. I honestly feel like that. He should have stayed in NXT. I still have not seen a climax to King Dar and Kenny Omega. They have unfinished business. They have unfinished business. He shouldn't even be here fighting Brock Lesnar at Backlash. He's done nothing on SmackDown at all. Literally, he's just there. He's just there. Like all the hard work I did with him, all the tireless hours that me and the NXT bookers did with him last season, it's just negated. It's just negated. Nothing. Nothing. All the work we did. Nothing. Nothing. Seriously. And I couldn't even do the match I wanted to do. I couldn't even do the match I wanted to do with Kenny Omega and King Dar. I can't get it anymore, and I'm sad. I just feel so sad, and it hurt because I had that match planned for months, and I was like, Kenny versus King Dar, the guy I built up and made it to a superstar,
Well, Cole, I have good news for you, right? Conveniently, right? Back to look at SmackDown, and somehow all dislikes have gone except for one. They're all gone now. That's awfully convenient. They're gone. Like one dislike now.
I want
16 likes to 15 dislikes to
18 likes and one dislike. Huh. So I guess somebody was mad at me and did their alt accounts. I know who it is. I'm not gonna say it, but I know who it is. Apparently, I stole his time slot. By the way, people, the Cold Train, stole somebody's time slot they've been having for 5 years, guys. Okay. Anyways, no, I've been telling you guys. I've been telling the SmackDown bookers I was not confident in the King Dar and Brock Lesnar storyline since you guys pitched Lesnar to win the Gauntlet match. I have always stated that that Brock Lesnar should have not gotten a world title opportunity this early. He should have been built up. I've always been stating that. Because I felt like y'all should have just not made it too predictable, because now people are going to say now you're booked into a corner. You're booked into a corner. Now, how is this Backlash match going to go down? Legit. Lesnar can't take another L. King Dar can't lose, because then people are going to be like, oh, then people are going to look at me stupid, like, oh, so you're not confident in the star that you made in NXT? You spent all that work on King Dar, and now you're gonna go back to the typical WWE garbage.
Yeah, you build him up for like what, a year or two, right? In game, like
a year
or two.
A year and a half, man. The King Dar story stuff started next month, around in game time next month, almost a year. When me and Mark titled that episode "The King of NXT," that's when the gimmick started, right there. It's been almost a year. So now people are gonna look at me like, this guy was just a great NXT champion. Now he's to the big leagues, but we don't have big leagues anymore. Now he's on SmackDown, but some people that are casuals. Now he's on the main roster, and he loses. I'm just saying, like, it's just build in, like, they built themselves into a corner, and I don't know how we gonna fix it, but we need to see how this one goes. Now, SmackDown can be saved, yes. You've had a couple hits. I'm loving the Samuel. I'm personally, all the call stuff has been great on SmackDown. SmackDown has the best call stuff right now. Period. I'm loving, the call stuff. I'm loving the tag team stuff. That's been good. Hopefully next week's Angelo Dawkins and Trent Seven match slaps. I hope so. Those things have been great. It's just that there's been some logic gaps that need to be fixed, and they can be fixed. It's not, it's not, unsavable. But once again, SmackDown is the worst show of the week. Unfortunately. I thought that this week was going to be great, but Raw was great, and NXT had the best main event of the week. I'm sorry.
Oh, 100%. I believe the best main event that we've seen so far. I believe so.
Speaking of NXT, let's talk about NXT. Man.
This was a good show.
From top to bottom, man. Legit, this was great. Y'all two need a raise. J&W and Superkick, I need to give y'all a raise. This was great.
I feel like it was just a fun show. Just fun.
From top to bottom. It started the right way. I loved how Samoa Joe came out. And you see the storytelling. So the first week, Joe and EC3 had their issues. Joe punched him in the face. Then the next week, he caused top 1% of tag team match. And he then attacked Titus O'Neil backstage. And now this week, he is explaining himself to the masses with why he did what he did. We've been asking this question: why is Samoa Joe doing what he's doing to the top 1%? And I've been questioning this for months, and he explained it very well. A great promo by Samoa Joe. He said that he felt like the top 1% was holding him down, and now he wants a 3-on-1 handicap match with them at TakeOver. What's your thoughts on that? Expert? You think that's a good idea for Samoa Joe to do?
I like it. And honestly, like with the show, right? Like recently, I've gone back and watched like OTNA stuff, right, from like 2006 and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I felt something like kind of like that, where it's like it never slows down. It's always just like fast paced, boom, boom, boom. It does what it needs to do. The entire show, I feel like.
Exactly.
It never slows down.
Exactly,
So, yeah.
and he's giving, and they're giving some guys that you never thought some time to shine, to do what they got to do. I am really excited.
Admittedly, Samoa Joe was doing a whole lot, before, like last season. But this season, like Samoa Joe feels like an actual like dangerous threat. Like he could rip your head off, which Samoa Joe should be. He should feel like a dangerous threat.
And I'm loving what they're doing with Tommaso Ciampa. I'm loving what they're doing with him. Even though Ciampa, I always thought that, okay, when I first looked at the roster, I thought that Ciampa was going to be just there, but he's been having some of the best matches of the week. The guy's been great, amazing.
And now he has with Daniel Bryan, the best of
five?
Series, something like
yeah, best of 5, and it starts at In Your House next week.
That's going to be amazing.
And then
Bryan and Buddy Murphy.
Yeah.
Best of 5 series.
Yeah, and then the Bryan and Kenny Omega match from this week.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. And then so last week Kenny Omega said that he's gonna see the winner of Drew McIntyre and Aleister Black at In Your House at TakeOver Chicago too. And then a week later he's in action. And a week later, he's in action against Daniel Bryan, a guy that has been putting on some of the best matches in NXT. That's great.
Yeah, I do feel like, honestly, Daniel Bryan might be the MVP of NXT so far. He's had great matches with Bobby Lashley and then Omega this week.
I was genuinely surprised that I actually did a good job in the Lashley match. I thought when I was first doing it, I thought it was meh, but then everybody told me. Keith Lee gone?
The global title is gone. The crew title is gone. Mike Kanellis is gone. Keith Lee's gone.
I
also gone.
I don't even know where Keith Lee's at Keith. Well, look, I guess Keith Lee's still on vacation. I guess he's basking in his glory on vacation. I don't even know where he's at. That's my only complaint is like, where is the other championships? We haven't seen nothing of them. But I mean, can you even give that a complaint?
I mean, yeah, the rest of the show has been pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, the rest of the show has been pretty on point. I'm liking the rest of the show, but it's like those kind of like, I guess little nitpicks, really. More of nitpicks, I would say. But
yeah.
aside
I mean,
from, like those two.
I mean, that's just a little nitpick. Like, okay, where's the champions? No, no, I'm not bashing you, Picky. No, I'm not. I was just being honest about what I've seen on SmackDown. I mean, I literally gave you praises for what you did with Samuel Lewis. I enjoyed the Samuel Lewis stuff. I don't know about everybody else, but I did. He's been really cool.
It's unique. It's a unique character.
It's unique. Samuel Lewis finally doesn't feel like a cocky prick anymore that he was last season. He feels dangerous. He feels like he has a motivation now. I don't know about everybody else, but that was great to me. The only thing that you just gotta fix is just your main event and the main event scene and the women's division. Once you fix that, you were going to be perfectly fine. I mean, to me, yeah, and then J&W gave you some praises too. I was just questioning some booking decisions, like, why didn't you follow up on the Baron Corbin stuff? Things like that, But that's things that come with, doing a lot at a time and getting used to it. You know what I'm saying? So I know I understand that because I made those mistakes when I first started. Everybody makes them. Everybody makes them when they first start, and I get it. So I'm not being hard on you. I'm just telling you like it is because I don't want to lie to you and tell you, oh my goodness, this is the best thing ever, when in reality it's not. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, I wouldn't have pushed Brock Lesnar. That's just me. I don't know. I wouldn't have pushed Brock Lesnar in that spot. Well, that's just my personal opinion. Because I look at it, like I said, we continue everything for what happened in the last season. It builds upon, every season builds upon itself. I always recap what happened the previous season before, what this guy did, and that's why I stated I wouldn't have put Brock Lesnar in that spot. I would have built him up first. I would have gave him a little feud first against somebody on the SmackDown roster. Let him get a few wins first. Then he takes on King Dar. Then now you gotta let Lesnar build back up because he was at his lowest point ever. Honestly, he was at his lowest point at the end of season 6. You build him back up for that first month. Then then you put King Dar against him. I wouldn't have an issue with it, cause then you know why I don't like it, and I can't say it here, but you know why, cause that decision y'all was gonna make, I didn't like that. You know why I didn't like it, because it basically negates everything I did in NXT, and it makes me look bad. That's why I don't like it. Y'all know why I don't like it, because that decision was a bad move. Because Lesnar just lost at WrestleMania in Las Vegas. He has no momentum at all, and he's beating one of my hottest acts right now. No. That's why I don't like it. That's why. You know why I don't like it. And you know the exact reason. If the roles were reversed, then I would have had no issue with it. And you know that for a fact. or you put somebody else that was built up last week in that last season in that position, I wouldn't have had an issue with it. But you know the exact reason why I don't like that. The exact reason why. You know why. I can't say it here. But what were we talking about? NXT. And I'm not bashing. I'm not bashing you. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, I kind of recall where it's coming from because I feel like it's kind of like his version of like the Fiend versus Goldberg. Am I right?
Exactly.
Or,
You're right.
yeah.
You're right. You did all that work like with WWE did. They did all that work with the Fiend, and then just fed him to Goldberg, like it was nothing. And that's why fans gave up, or gave up on WWE. Or some fans left last year. More fans left last year because of that move. You know.
Right.
No, he hasn't won the title yet. No, he hasn't won the title. I haven't made Brock Lesnar to a champion since WWE in real life started feeding him to people. Lesnar has not been a champion in my universe mode since 2K16.
Well, no, he was U.S. champion. Remember, don't forget about the U.S. title run. Come on now, the great Brock Lesnar U.S. title run. Don't forget about that.
Don't remind me.
Oh my god.
Look! I wanted to make the U.S. title feel important, okay?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna
Brock
talk about a story
US
about that.
Oh.
Well, in real life, WWE was just was making me you know. They were making me angry about Brock Lesnar, so I was like, you know what? But I want to give Lesnar a title, so I just gave him a like United States Championship run, and it was good, but it didn't last long. It lasted like 3 months, and then he was out of here.
Yeah, he lost to Lars, right? Didn't he lose to Lars?
No, he lost to Joe. Joe tapped him out.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah. Samoa Joe tapped him out, and then after Samoa Joe tapped him out, he lost to Lars because I was building up Lars before his scandal came out, and then I had to then I had to get this.
We still kind of are building him up a little bit, kind of.
Well, yeah. But before you did it, I was a huge fan of Lars Sullivan when he came in. And I built him up a bit and gave him a U.S. title run before Rollins took it away from him, and Rollins was champion since. But yeah, until he lost it at WrestleMania. Rollins won it, and then how did I forgot how did Ciampa? And then Ciampa had it for a bit, and then he lost it again. Yeah.
So Ciampa is the two-time U.S. champion, or
this
kind of confusing.
Ciampa is a one-time United States champion. Rollins is a two-time United States champion. There we go. Yeah. Brock has been putting people over at WrestleMania. I noticed because Brock lost to Lars. Because I remember that. I remember building Brock and Lars up, and he lost.
I mean, to me personally, I feel like Lars kind of be like a final boss. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'd be like one last guy for getting like an WWE championship shot, right? That guy should be Lars Sullivan.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's the last hurdle to get to the world championship.
Do you think he's world champion material? I thought at one point he could have been a world champion, but I always thought he's a good, solid mid-card champion.
I mean, I feel like he could be either, honestly. I feel like in real life he could be like a U.S. champion,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like in like how you built him up, I feel like he could be either. I think
honestly, I would not mind having Lars as a world champion one day. Because I just felt like he's just that legit of a dude. I mean, and if that scandal never came out, he probably would have been the world champion. But that scandal came out and messed it up, unfortunately. But yeah. But I'm excited for NXT in your house, and I'm gonna get JW on here next week. Me and him gonna talk about NXT in your house, and talk about obviously Raw and SmackDown as well, the go home shows. But I am really, really excited for that show. I really, really am. It's really good. Candice and Sasha has been built up perfectly. You know it is. I think I think NXT has used their women the best so far. Don't you think?
Yeah, I feel like that's a good example of like building somebody up who wasn't really used last season. Candice LeRae, because she
Yeah.
didn't do a whole lot last season. And where was
I,
she at again?
she
Last
was
season, I
on.
don't remember where she
She,
was at.
she was on Raw. She was on Raw.
Oh yeah, that's right. She was on Raw. Yeah,
But
and
she
she
just
didn't really do anything. She was kind of just there.
she ran into Bianca Belair. That was the Bianca Belair year.
Yeah, and then
Bianca, yeah. Once Bianca beat Kairi Sane, she was on a roll, and then nobody else was, even came close to her. That was her year. Um,
yeah, like she went from that to facing off against Sasha Banks.
the
And
yoga,
I feel like it's done perfectly.
the yoga instructor grab, when that came out, I just stopped pushing them because I didn't know, because the tape really didn't bother me because I was like, okay, you know, I'm not like that. The tape didn't bother me, so I was like, okay, cool, Lars, do your thing. So I just kept pushing them. But when that yoga thing came out, I was like, oh, hold on, wait a
Wait,
minute.
there was a yoga thing? How much stuff has Lars Sullivan been into? Good lord, how much stuff
Yeah,
has he gotten involved in?
the
I remember
yoga,
the tape.
yeah, the tape didn't bother me, but the
Yeah, I
yoga
remember the tape,
thing,
and then there's racist stuff he said.
yeah, that kind of
But
got me under the edge a little bit, but.
yeah, because I remember said stuff about like what was it, like Kobe Kingston, like R-Truth and stuff.
Yeah, so that kind of got under my skin a little bit. But then when the yoga stuff came out, I was like, okay, we got to shut you down for a bit.
Yeah, that was
Personally, you're right. You are right. I don't think I agree too. That was a terrible booking decision by me. I felt Bianca should have retained.
what, Ronda beating Bianca?
Yeah, I don't think. Well, that was before I got y'all in when I made that decision. So I was like, I was looking at the roster at the time, and I was like, man, I don't
Yeah,
know
because
who's gonna.
there's nobody left.
There's nobody left for her to beat. I mean, for her to face, and I legit forgot I never did a rematch between Kyrie and Bianca, and by the time I thought about it, it was too late. I was like, crap, the match already recorded and the build's already done. Can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Ronda beating Bianca. I mean,
Well,
it was.
yeah.
I feel like it was alright, but also it was kind of, I don't know, because I feel like Bianca has done anything. Like she hasn't been on TV since, right? Since
Yeah,
WrestleMania.
since WrestleMania, she hasn't been on TV. And she's currently on SmackDown, and she hasn't been used yet.
Oh yeah, what was the
No.
thing about Well, never mind. I don't want to bring that up here.
Okay. So, the Kairi Sane thing. Kairi Sane did win a championship. She got an opportunity at the Raw Women's Championship. That's when Kairi beat Asuka. You remember, boss? She won the Mae Young Classic and she won at WrestleMania. And then I had built that dream matchup of Kairi Sane versus Asuka at SummerSlam. And that was when Bianca was supposed to cash in right there, but 2K. Yeah. But Bianca was supposed to cash in, but 2K said nope, and Bianca did a false cash in. It was hilarious, dude. She did a whole false cash in, and it ruined my plans. So then, because I didn't want Kairi Sane to beat Asuka clean, because I wanted to continue the feud, going into Payback. I think at that time, I think it was Payback or something like that. I forgot what it was, but Bianca didn't cash in, so I was like, crap. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna do it on the Raw after SummerSlam. And Bianca cashed in on the Raw after SummerSlam, and she was women's champion from the Raw after SummerSlam to WrestleMania in Las Vegas. Yep.
Jeez.
Uh-huh.
So she had a long reign. So that
Yeah,
was
she had
like
it.
5 months, right? 5-6 months.
The Raw after SummerSlam to WrestleMania, that's September, October, November. September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months.
Yeah, I think they did.
About
Yeah,
seven
6 or
months.
7 months. Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks 2K for ruining my plans. It was supposed to happen at SummerSlam, but because it was gonna be like a reverse psychology, because WWE did theirs at WrestleMania with Seth Rollins. I was like, you know what? Let's have a the women's Money in the Bank catching at SummerSlam. Yeah. Mhm. But it never happened. Yep. Unfortunately. Um. But what was I thinking? What was I
We're
saying again? Oh, we're talking about In Your
talking
House.
about inner house, NXT, all that stuff.
My question is, who's this dude that said we got to put the old dog down?
That's interesting.
It.
I am actually intrigued though. I'm actually intrigued. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
am very interested to see who's this old dog down, dude. I'm curious. That was an ending I did not see coming at all. I
Yeah,
didn't.
me neither. That's
Mm-hmm.
interesting.
It's really interesting. I assume it looks like they're going to be targeting the NXT champion, I guess. Maybe it might be one of McIntyre's past rivals or a new star coming along in NXT. You never know. I legit had to question myself, like, who makes sense to do that? Because he said old dog. So it's not like he said, looks like I got to put something that makes me think about it, like, okay, he's going for McIntyre or Ciampa or something like that. He said old dog. Who in NXT is old? And who in
I mean,
NXT was at the top
only
like
one I
that?
could think of is, I don't know, maybe Batista. I mean, he's kind of up there in age, I guess. I don't know,
Well,
but I guess he's not really like a past NXT roster
star.
member.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
But
maybe it might be somebody that was in NXT before and is still there, and he's targeting him. You know,
yeah, maybe.
'cause he just said, "Looks like I got to put the old dog down," and I was like, "What?"
Yeah,
I am legit stunned.
I am interested. I'm very interested to see who this turns out to be.
Yeah, this is gonna be a mystery, and I'm gonna keep guessing until I figure out who it is. Yeah, so Batista does make sense to be the old dog. I don't know if he is, because we haven't seen Batista yet in NXT, so I don't even know if he is the old dog or not. I was thinking Kenny Omega. I don't know why. I wasn't basing it off age, but everybody said that Kenny Omega is one of the best wrestlers in the entire world, right? Maybe
Maybe because it could be Kota Ibushi. I don't know. Trying to get some revenge
was Cody
after what
drafted
happened
to
at Takeover.
NXT?
Yeah, he is. Him and Omega stuck together. Yeah. I wish I had Kota Ibushi.
Okay, so it could be Coda then. I just
Maybe.
realized that Coda was drafted to NXT. He lost to Kenny at Takeover, and they have unfinished business with each other. So it makes sense.
Yeah, maybe he went off deep end a little bit. Kota Ibushi. Maybe went off the deep end just a tad bit after that loss.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the graphic, it kind of looks like he has the build of Cody Ibushi a bit, but
Yeah, kind of. I can see that. I can see it being Kota Ibushi. If I get this right, then I want everything. Okay, I want all the money. I want all the money if I get this right.
look. If I get it right, ooh, hey, you gotta, compensate me, you know.
Oh jeez.
Give me a shout
Um.
out. So shout out to at Code Train 2017 for getting it right. Cause
All
guys,
right. Shout out to Coltrane on his own channel. Getting this right.
I got it. My guess is Cody Ibushi or Darren.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Kota Ibushi. Well, yeah. Darren hasn't been seen yet, has he? He got drafted, but hasn't been seen yet.
Yes.
Actually, yeah, it could be Darren after Dwayne Frost. I don't know. They have history from AOA and stuff.
I don't think it's Dwayne Frost because it don't look like Dwayne Frost.
But no, I know. I mean,
He's
it could
not
be going
built
after
as
Dwayne
Dwayne Frost.
Frost because Dwayne Frost is. I mean, I can kind of see it happening. Darren going after Dwayne Frost because they have
Okay.
history together.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna say Coda or Darren because Darren, it looks like something that he would say because of how menacing he is. So that's my guesses. So who you going Coda?
Yeah, I guess I would choose one. I'm going with Bushi.
Okay.
I'm going with Bushi.
I'm going Coda or Darren. That's my prediction. I don't
Well,
know.
well, should we do star ratings for NXT and SmackDown then before we hit the Raw?
Yeah. So what do you give? You want to do out of 5 out of 10? It's up to you.
I guess we'll do it out of 10. Why not? It's a full show. It isn't just a match.
Right.
Show,
so what do you give SmackDown out of 10? Yeah.
Well, actually, wait, no, you go first.
I give SmackDown a 5. No, a 6 out of 10. It wasn't.
Yeah,
it wasn't the best show. I feel like they could have been better, but it was way better than the week before, for sure, in my opinion. And Samuel Lewis was great. The 6-man tag match was great, and Mark Andrews and Ricochet stole the show, in my opinion. They were awesome, and Ronda Rousey wasn't bad. And then I like the AJ Styles stuff with CM Punk. We never even talked about CM Punk. He escaped my mind.
Well, I think that's because of all the dislikes. We just talked about
I know, we just never talked about the CM Punk thing. CM Punk came in and he showed his face and said, "Hey, I'm here." He GTS'd AJ Styles twice and left. You know, because on commentary, and I said I did a bad job of this. The editing was so. This was my fault. But you weren't supposed to see CM Punk, or know it was CM Punk because I was supposed to hide the nameplate.
I was talking with Cole before we started.
Yeah. So I thought I did a great job of it, but I kind of missed the spot, and you kind of seen CM Punk for like 1 second before it cut up, but nobody was in the chat to even react to it. You know, and it kind of bummed me out.
They all have dislikes dead and left.
Yeah, everybody seen the dislikes, and it was like, screw it. Yeah, everybody was like, man, nobody likes this show, so I'm gonna go watch something else. So, you know.
I guess I'll go watch the Royal Rumble show. Why not? I guess I'll go watch the Royal Rumble.
Go watch Rumble. So, you know what I'm saying? But hey, it happens. Yeah, so SmackDown a 6 out of 10. Not bad. NXT, yeah, I gotta give it a 9.5.
Really?
Yes.
I'll take it down a point. Say 8.5. That's because I catch the entire show. That's one reason why I'll give it 8.5.
Oh, you didn't? You didn't see the whole show?
The entire thing.
You should have seen the whole thing. It was great.
I saw the main event. I saw the last 2 matches. I saw the ending promo.
Oh wait, you didn't see Murphy?
I saw the opening.
Wait, you seen Murphy and go back and watch the whole thing. Go back and watch the whole thing. Yeah, go watch the whole thing. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't catch all of it.
9.5. All right, finally, let's talk about your show. You have the floor for your show.
All right, Monday Night.
Oh no, wait. Oh, I forgot about Scott Dawson. Oh, I keep forgetting about him. It was brilliant.
Okay.
It was brilliant. I love how Scott came out in the old school attire. He had the 1990s clothes on, the big old baggy pants.
It looks like a golfer. He wanted to play golf.
Yeah, no. I said on commentary that he wanted to go to the club and get a margarita. We was in Orlando.
Here, right?
No.
Play some golf.
No, they ain't gonna play no doggone golf. They're going to the club, get some margaritas and drink it up. That's what they're going to do. They weren't going to play no doggone golf.
But yeah, Scott was shooting from the hip here. He was shook.
Oh my god, I
Saying that
love
everybody
this.
at NXT sucks.
I
Right?
love
Everybody
it.
on NXT just suck. They're all terrible.
He just said all the tag team just fly, do flips and tricks. It's not real wrestling. I was like, dang, Scott, you gotta be like that. Man, that was a.
I've always said that, right? But then immediately afterwards, AOP came out. The complete opposite of what they're talking about.
I know.
AOP.
AOP just came out of nowhere. But then the shocking Paul London and Brian Kendrick,
Yeah,
came
Paul
out.
London is no longer a bunny in Lucha Underground now. He's finally back.
Yeah, he's back in WWE or CTP. This is actually the first time I have used Paul London in CTP, so this is gonna be interesting. And and I had talked to J&W about it, and I was like, man, this was really good how you brought these guys in. Something different. I've never had this team, and I normally don't see this team in universe most at all, honestly. So that was great. And the match was really good too. I thought that AOP was going to win. Because I was like, oh, wait, AOP's going to take, they got this. But then London and Kendrick just shocked me, and I was like, what? They won?
Yeah,
So
that was surprising.
that was a surprise in a great way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome. I think that was probably the moment of the night. Like, for segment-wise, that was the moment of the night. Honestly. The Joe and Lashley stuff was funny because Lashley said, "I'll take you out for any of your manhood you have left."
Oh my god. But yeah, Samoa Joe and Lashley is gonna
I wanted to laugh so hard on commentary. Y'all just don't know.
Samoa Joe and Bobby Lashley is going to be a hoss fight.
I can't wait for that. I can't wait to make that match. It's gonna be great. NXT next week period is gonna be awesome.
Yes, it looks like it's gonna be pretty good in your house, and then obviously for Raw we have the go home show for Vengeance, then the pay per view.
I know,
which
man.
is already being worked on.
I know.
Right now, actually.
I know that's currently
I'm on
in production. In production, and I'm gonna start Backlash soon. Hopefully after this I'll start Backlash and start getting those matches done.
I'm pretty sure on Raw, the rest of the card for Vengeance will be confirmed. It's not many matches actually. But yeah, the rest of the Vengeance card will be confirmed on Raw.
On Raw, yeah. You guys, man. Vengeance is looking very good, and I hope you guys are excited as we are for Vengeance. And speaking of Raw, I guess now we can talk about Monday Night Raw, man. You have the floor. Talk about this show from top to bottom. I'm so excited for you to talk about this, especially that main event. Please.
This show, Monday Night Raw, I thought it was pretty good actually. I liked it. Mostly because of just the last two matches itself, okay? Last two matches were amazing. Cesaro and Rusev really surprised me, actually. That really surprised me. That was a pretty good match. Aiden English came back, which is pretty cool.
Rusev Day. I mean, come on, man. It was a great moment.
Yeah. Wait, he's gone for how long?
He was gone for over a year. He tore his ACL.
Oh, geez, Seth Rollins did. All right.
Yeah. He tore his ACL, and I thought that he wasn't coming back, but he just came, and I was like, yeah, let's bring him back. Boom, came back.
But yeah,
do what that
just Cesaro and Rusev was a really underrated match. I feel like it's one of the matches of the week. It's top 3 for me. I say Cesaro, Rusev.
They kicked each other's behind. It was great.
They went out there and just beat each other up.
Mm-hmm.
Cesaro had a really good performance too.
Right.
I mean, both of them did, but Cesaro, jeez, he put it all out there.
Mm-hmm. You got something. You got something with Cesaro, man. I hope you don't, do what I did with him. The times I had to make him into a star, I just never did. But I hope you do it. You capitalize on him.
I mean, you already know the plan I have for Cesaro, obviously, at the end of all this stuff. But
mm-hmm.
But yeah, Cesaro's gonna have a pretty hopefully he has a pretty good journey. Cesaro. Hopefully he can recover from this loss.
Right.
But yeah, probably like it goes like Rusev, Cesaro, Reigns, Cole, then Omega, Bryan, like matches of the week for me. I think top 3. Just because Cesaro and Rusev was just so good. I really like that match. But yeah, then the main event was so good.
I
Good main
lost.
event.
I lost my voice.
Yeah, what happened afterwards as well. The whole like ending of the show was really good. I feel like.
And then,
Uh,
and then Expert had clipped me. I want him to play the clip of
oh
me,
my
like whenever
god.
Finn Balor came out. Please, do you have it? Play it, play it.
Where's? Oh, I don't have my phone. Come on.
It was amazing. He clipped me,
Yeah,
like marking out.
I don't
I
have my
felt
phone.
like
But
one of
good
them, I
lord.
felt like one of them little WWE, like them wrestling marks, like whenever their favorite superstar comes out, and I just marked out, man. It was just
Yeah,
amazing.
it turned into Mauro Ronaldo for a second there. It turned into Mauro Ronaldo in NXT. Good lord. That screaming.
Can you play it? I want to see it.
I do not have my phone. I have no idea where it went.
Hey Albert,
Let me
welcome
see.
to the stream, man. Thank you so much for stopping in, man. I appreciate it.
I know it was in the thing, but I don't have my phone. I saved it on there. Oh come on, really? Yeah, I don't have my phone with me, so I can't play it.
Dang it.
But
Dang it.
it
I
was
wish I had the phone.
hilarious.
It was hilarious, man. Probably one of my.
Just screaming at the top of his lungs.
Jane W has said that spear call was one of the best calls I've ever done. With the
Oh yeah, that came out of nowhere too. Just it was like a regular match, but then boom, spear out of nowhere.
I was like, God dang! It surprised.
Yeah,
It
I got a
surprised
picture of
me.
it too. Adam Cole was just in the air, just dead. Let me see.
And I think I remember too. Then when I said that's how I feel like in math class, just like.
Yeah, here it is. Adam Cole just died. He was just in the air, about to go inside out, just dead.
Oh my goodness! It was like
I mean, he barely survived. That's because of Big E. If it wasn't for Big E, he probably would have
he probably would have
eventually
lost.
gotten beaten. Yeah.
Legit. It was like one like it seems like we on that roller coaster and I think like the roller coaster go up and see like it's sitting in the air for a second and then it just drops down and go phew. That's how Adam Cole was. Like he was in a roller coaster. Like Roman Reigns picked him up a little bit and like he was in the air for like a long time before he just went down on the ground. It was great. It
That's
was great.
disgusting. But yeah, Adam Cole won thanks to Big E,
Mhm.
and then yeah, the ending of the show was just absolute chaos as always.
As
It's
always,
just
2 weeks in a row.
yeah.
Shoot.
The actual episode is called Complete Chaos, so I didn't tell you what you need to know about the show. But
Yeah, it did.
yeah,
I mean, Raw's been chaos since the start.
yeah, pretty much. They just Triple H needs to get control of the show. I have no idea what he's doing back there. He's kind of just hanging out, I guess.
I
Like,
don't
yeah,
know.
whatever.
He
All
was
you're doing
like,
is
yeah,
helping
let's
me run
look.
the show.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, let's just make them be stars by themselves and just have chaos.
Yeah, I guess Triple H came out after the match and he announced a triple threat match for the main event.
That's gonna
And then
slap.
the lights went out, and then the Demon appeared and killed Big E,
Poor.
killed Roman Reigns, and killed Adam Cole.
Well, I
Demon doesn't
mean,
care. I mean, Finn Balor's a face,
Big
but
E
the
deserved
Demon.
it, you know.
I mean, he ran at him, so that's kind of his own fault. He ran at him. He charged at
And
Big
then
E,
he
so.
ruined. Then he ruined a great match. You know.
Yeah, he ruined a great match by getting involved, and then then he got killed by the Demon. So, I mean, yeah, that's kind of his own fault. But yeah, I mean, just the whole end of the show was I really liked the end of the show.
Me too.
But I feel like the worst thing about the main event was definitely like the middle part, where like Adam Cole was trying to get Roman Reigns onto the barricade, but it was not working.
That was so annoying.
Like the barricade spot where Reigns spin through the
Spin
barricade.
barricade.
It was not working. It
Yeah.
wasn't working.
Yeah, I know what you wanted to do, and I was like, some doggone 2K, it didn't want to work, and I was like, I could see the frustration in your face when you was recording it, and like how mad you got, cause like Roman Reigns just kept Adam Cole just kept bouncing off the barricade repeatedly. I'm like, oh yeah, he's mad. See,
Oh my God, it was terrible.
see, the producer and me figured it out, and I was like, yeah, he's pissed.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame you because I would have been mad
I
too,
switched
cause
barricades, and then we got it, and from then on it was pretty
straightforward.
Match was it was pretty fine.
Mm-hmm.
Then on the rest of the match was fine, but just that
Right.
part in the middle. Oh.
Oh yeah, I mean it happens. You know, sometimes the game doesn't do what you want it to do. Plenty of times. You know, especially 2K20. You
Actually,
playing if
it
you
was
were probably
worse.
playing on
It was much worse
2K20, it
than
would have
that.
been worse.
No, actually, it's like I cut out some stuff. Like I cut out a whole lot of stuff. It was worse. It's much so much worse than that. It was
Oh
so much worse
God.
than what you saw. It was so much worse. It was
Oh
awful.
my. Oh my God. I know. Oh, I know you were frustrated after that one.
But yeah, eventually everything turned out fine, and yeah, the match was fine.
Yeah,
Actually, like,
it was pretty good. You know.
I mean, I made Cole lose weight for the first time since, and like ever, I think.
Ever.
So I did it. It did its job. So, but anyway,
Yeah.
the rest of the show is there, I guess. The rest of the show. Shayna Baszler's promo was pretty good. Dino did a good job on that one. I feel like.
And shout outs to Gino, man. You know, and hopefully he's having a fun time with his kids and stuff. But yeah, Gino, great job on that promo, guy. My guy, it was awesome.
Yeah, the Shayna Baszler promo was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
We got another one from Io Shirai on Raw this week coming up.
So excited about that. My girl Io.
And then, yeah, I mean the rest of the show was pretty good. Yeah, I mean
I
really
think
awesome.
that's about it.
Oh yeah, the tag match was pretty good actually.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Rose
that
and
was
Zayn
good.
went in there. They did their job. They did their thing.
Mm-hmm.
Tag champs. And
Yes.
yeah, it's a pretty decent match with Lorcan and Birch.
Yeah, I'm excited about the Owens and Zayn and War Raiders rematch from Takeover Las Vegas at Vengeance. That should be good.
I think it's pretty clear who the heels are and the faces are here. I think in this feud.
Oh well,
War Raiders came in, they beat down Owens and Zayn after the match.
yeah.
So yeah, I think it's pretty obvious, like what roles these teams have.
Seems like the roles are reversed. Don't you think? Because I take that because
like the War Raiders kind of like tweeners, I feel like, but now they're
no, actually they were baby faces in NXT, full fledged baby
well,
faces.
I mean like the Golden Lovers feud. I feel like they're kind of tweeners. I feel kind of like I don't really, I think really like a heel and a face like team and that.
Yeah, it really wasn't because you couldn't say Omega and Ibushi was the heels in that feud,
Right.
and you couldn't say
Because
the Warriors were the
Omega turned
heels,
heel like a month afterwards.
right?
So he wasn't really like a heel yet, Omega.
Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, he's a heel now.
Yeah, I guess he's taking on either McIntyre or Black or whatever's
Where
going on.
I don't know what's going on there. It's chaotic in NXT, in that Amway Center. It's chaotic, you know.
But yeah, so how was Raw out of 10 to you? I can't do a rating because it's my own show.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't do rating for this one. 9. Close. The only reason why NXT was better because they had the better main event,
Yeah, the main event was.
and that's why NXT was the best show of the week because of the main event.
The main event was really good. Really good.
If the NXT main event was not better than the Raw main event, Raw probably would have had the best show of the week again.
So NXT has a 2-win streak, and Raw's
Yep.
won once.
Once, yeah. Raw won week 1, NXT won week 2, and week 3.
NXT wins next week because it's like a special. We got titles online.
Yeah, I mean, unless I count Vengeance, but I'm probably not gonna do that.
Yeah, I mean,
We'll probably
in
just.
your house, but,
I'm probably gonna just talk about Vengeance on an exclusive Train Talks podcast, and we'll just do week 4, and just go over the Raw,
feel like if
SmackDown,
there is
NXT.
one thing that Raw may have in NXT this week is the main event. I mean,
Unless Black and McIntyre just pretty much just go crazy.
So is that the main event in NXT?
Right now, I don't know what the main event of In Your House is. I have no clue.
Yeah,
I haven't got the
The only
script.
matches I know of are Bryan and Murphy.
I don't even know if that's confirmed yet. But it looks McIntyre said he wants Black at In Your House. So maybe we might get it. I don't know. Maybe Kurt might say no. You're not fighting each other yet. I don't know if that's confirmed or not. I'll get back with you guys with that. But
yeah, I feel like the main event of Raw. I feel like the rest of the show. I feel like the Raw main event might just steal the entire show. Honestly.
Honestly, me too. Like I say, it depends on what main events In Your House to see if NXT is going to sweep the floor with y'all next week. Because I mean, it's really not even fair to go because they got title matches, and I have seen what SmackDown has come up with. You know, and I have seen what Raw has come up with, and they're just building towards their pay-per-view, so it's not even really fair to go at it for week 4. But I'm gonna make it as fair as possible. We're gonna just judge it off of matches and storytelling, and that's how I'm gonna determine who was the best show of the week. So
Right. So any matches announced for next week or no?
all I know is we're gonna have Angelo versus Seven next week on SmackDown. That's gonna be great. Okay, I'm excited for that.
The round 2 of the tournament.
Yeah, the tournament. And the finals will finish the finals will be on the show as well. So that's why it's shaping up to be stacked then, because we're gonna know who's gonna fight Jay White.
Yeah, we got Big E versus Finn Balor.
Yep, it's gonna be
it's a really great match.
It's going to slap, man. I am so excited about Big E versus Finn Balor. That's gonna be good. What else Raw has? I mean, what else NXT has? There's one NXT in your house so far. We got Candice and Sasha. Murphy and Bryan's best of 5 starts this week.
Black versus McIntyre, maybe.
Maybe. It's not confirmed just yet, but it looks like we're gonna get that. I'll get back to you guys to see if that's happening or not. But
also forgot on Raw, we have the Hand of God coming back to in-ring action. He hasn't been seen since the Raw to WrestleMania, I'm pretty sure.
You know I'm excited about that one. The Hand of God is back. And I'm getting reports and rumors that Samuel Lewis will be back on SmackDown once again. And looks like he's going to be in ring action this week. But that's about it for the show. So right now, I don't know. I don't know too much about SmackDown just yet. But it looks like SmackDown's gonna be better next week than it was this week, though, for sure.
I guess we'll see if the fans agree with you on that one with like-dislike ratio. We'll have to see.
I mean, we have a debut, I'm hearing, and we have a stellar main event. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Is that it?
Okay, actually, that makes a little bit more sense. SmackDown next week is gonna be way better than this week, because I'm gonna tell you why behind the scenes. I'm looking at the matches confirmed. I can't confirm that much because there is a surprise that's supposed to be confirmed throughout the show, so to make y'all watch. So I can't confirm anything yet, but I know that there is a debut for sure.
But I cannot wait for tonight. Actually, it's gonna be pretty good. The actual IRL pay-per-view, Hell in a Cell. That's gonna be some good stuff.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, anyway, is that it? I think.
I think that's it. Unless you got anything else you want to talk about. I mean, that's the recap.
No, I don't think so. I think that's it.
I think that's it too, man. Thank you guys so much for stopping in and taking the time to watch this recap. If you enjoy what you see and you're new to the channel, please make sure you guys like this video. Subscribe down below. We're on the road to 1,600 subscribers. And 400 more will make 200. So we're 420 away from 2,000, subscribers. Go subscribe to Expert Gaming. He is 17 away from the illustrious 300 subscribers. That man is growing quicker than he's going quicker than a tree grows outside. Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah. And I don't know if anybody saw that. That's on Twitter anyway. The CTP AEW stuff and NWW actually. Both of those are starting up. We got some big announcements there.
So yeah, if you're not following me on Twitter, please go follow all of my accounts. The CTP AEW, CTP New Japan Pro Wrestling. Those are independent series that are starting up very, very soon. And we got some stuff announced for both of those shows over the weekend. So make sure you guys go swing by and go to Twitter. I will screenshot some of the stuff from Twitter for you guys that don't have Twitter. I will screenshot it and put it in the community tab for you all to see, so you guys can get hyped up. There is a channel that will showcase CTP AEW exclusively called Expert Universe. He will link that in the comment section down below, and I'll pin it. You do that, and I'll pin that in the comment section down below, so you guys can go subscribe to that channel and go subscribe to Expert Gaming, so we can get him 300 subscribers. You see, he deserves 300 before Thanksgiving. You see, what Expert should be thankful for when he sits down and eats his Thanksgiving dinner is having 300 subscribers, and obviously his family and everything. But yeah.
I'm not gonna be uploading as much as I usually was in the channel because I'm trying to do this AEW stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, but he is growing very, very quickly. So I need y'all to continue his grind. The Clash of Champions, which is absolutely wonderful. I love that show so much. And it did great in views, over almost 600 views, and it's only been up less than 1 week. Let that sink in.
Really? That's
Yes.
been like 2 weeks now? I think it's been like 2 weeks.
No, YouTube said a week ago. It hasn't been 2 weeks officially yet, but.
Good lord, it feels like forever.
I know. So make sure you guys go check all that stuff out and all that stuff, and go check out J&W Boss as well. The Boss Man, our NXT booker. Go check him out. He is at 407 subscribers and stuff like that. He just hit 400 over the weekend. Go check out Onslaught. His AOR show was awesome. You guys go check it out. And he also does some podcasting a little bit, live podcasts. He also does some live streams of classic video games. So you guys go check him out as well, and show him some love, stuff like that. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys for all you do. I'm about to get to work. We got a busy couple of weeks coming up. We got Backlash, Vengeance, and many more surprises. I can't say yet. So make sure you guys are here. Y'all ready? It's gonna be a fun ride. And it's time for me and Mr. Expert to get to work to get some content out to y'all in the coming days. I've been your host, Coltrane, and I'll see you guys for the next week's shows. Remember to be phenomenal or be forgotten, and remember to be glorious at everything you do. I'll talk to you guys later. All right.